Shelby County Youth and Family Resource Center opened 1 year ago, and it aims to prevent children from progressing into the juvenile detention system. Recently, local law enforcement learned more about sending referrals to that program. To discuss what that means and much more, we are live with Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris, and he's joined by Sandy Brumley from the Shelby County Division of Community Service. Welcome to you both. Glad to have you here.
Good morning.
Before we talk about the solutions, let's talk about the problem of kids progressing into the juvenile system. What are we seeing, Mayor, and how bad of a problem is this?
Well, we know that too much of our crime is with the hands of youth and young adults. And so we know that they get into trouble, find themselves on the wrong side of the law. And so what the Youth and Family Resource Center is doing, and what we're trying to make sure we get the word out about, is that we're going to invest resources to make sure those kids get back on the right track. A lot of times there is, this is an outburst because of strain at home. A lot of times it's because kids forget that they have a bright future ahead of them. Sure. And so we want to do our part to invest in those kids to get them back on the right side of the law, because we don't want this cycle of violence and crime to continue for the next 50, 60 years, the rest of their lives. And so that's what the Youth and Family Resource Center is about.
So you definitely aim to hopefully break that cycle right there for sure.
Exactly.
Sandy, what are we seeing for young people as well as their families? How can they truly benefit from this, and what have you seen so far?
Absolutely. So the Youth and Family Resource Center is really about connecting youth and their families to community and not to the justice system. We know that particularly for low-level offenses, these kids usually just do something stupid, right? We want them to come be connected with us, talk to a youth advocate, talk about what resources are possible. Usually their parents and caregivers also need resources, and so we wrap them with those resources. We try to say, let's get you down, as Mayor said, down the right path instead of going into the juvenile justice system.
Also training MPD to send referrals to the system. How does that essentially work, and why?
Yeah, so for about the last year and a half, we've been accepting referrals from 4 of the MPD precincts, and now we're going to be accepting them from all 9. So all across the city of Memphis, we're accepting referrals into the Youth and Family Resource Center.
All right.
And what that means is that officers who would have to arrest these kids and put them in the juvenile justice system now have an additional option depending on the particular case and the needs as the officers see them. And so we've seen hundreds of cases where officers now, because the Youth and Family Resource Center is available to them, use these potential arrests as an opportunity to refer those kids to the Youth and Family Resource Center. Once they get there, they get a customized assessment and a referral out to further services, including specialized services. It's very rare, but sometimes kids might need actual mental health care in order to get back on the right track. And so we can find that out at the Youth and Family Resource Center, and it's working with these officers. So going from just working with the officers at 4 precincts to now working with officers at every precinct gives us a real exposure to all sorts of cases around Shelby County where officers are running into kids, potentially arresting them, but now they've got another tool in their toolkit they can refer to the Youth and Family Resource Center instead.
It sounds like a potential win-win for the entire community as a whole. Since we're talking about crime, the University of Memphis Institute's Downtown Safety Plan came out with a number of recommendations, especially involving the downtown areas, especially involving maybe more police officers on the streets and the hours, maybe some businesses can be open. Your thoughts on that?
Well, we definitely need more officers on the street, and one of the reasons why we want to beef up our officers is because right now officers are running from case to case, from emergency to emergency. And so you want officers to have a deeper relationship with the communities that they serve, right? That's what community policing is all about. But the only way you can get there with community policing and those kinds of relationships so you can get ahead of this thing is to have more officers. So we've got to have more officers so we can really do a better job there. We've got to focus on downtown. Downtown is obviously the gateway to Memphis and Shelby County. So we're all users of downtown, regardless if we live in Bartlett or Carterville or even Olive Branch. We're all users of downtown Memphis, and so we all want to feel safe there. We've seen too many high-profile incidents, and so this is a part of addressing that and returning some faith among the public that people are working on this. So I'm really pleased to see the Downtown Memphis Commission and others put together the plan and put it out to the public.
Another issue you and I have talked about before, Mayor, is the future of Regional 1 and maybe building a brand new campus. And I know you and maybe some other mayors, county mayors across the state have written a letter to Governor Bill Lee. Where do we stand on that right now? Did you get a response from the governor?
Oh, absolutely. They've really been great partners, working as hard as possible to support our efforts on Regional 1, and we're, got our fingers crossed. In fact, I just had a meeting with Senator Brent Taylor a few days ago, and he's really been, bird dogging this, leading at the national level. And one of the things he'd like to see us do in Shelby County is provide more access to mental health care. And so imagine if we could take some of those cases in 201 Poplar, where people have been there for 300 days, 400 days, 500 days, because of largely mental illness, and we got them into a program where we could stabilize them and get them back on their meds and back home. He'd like to see us be able to do that better. The Regional 1 discussion might be an opportunity to have a discussion about that. Wider access to mental health care, particularly for those who are in the prison and not getting the care getting in our jail, not getting the care they need, and they end up in a vicious cycle over and over again, committing crimes because there's no way to stabilize them right now.
One last issue for both of you. Let's talk politics very briefly here. Of course, Memphis has a new mayor-elect with Paul Young. And Mayor Harris, where do you stand on that? Have you had a chance to talk with the mayor-elect? And how are you trying to make sure that you all have a positive working relationship for the entire community?
So absolutely. I've talked to him many times in the past. I've communicated with him after his election results. I mean, I think it was a thrilling election. I think he ran one of the best campaigns I think we've seen in this area in a very long time. And I think we're all encouraged by the transition committee members we see, because one of them is
Sandy.
Right next to me. So.
Sandy, your thoughts there, your role in this, in being a member of the transition team?
Yeah, I'm super honored to be part of that transition team, particularly the Public Safety Committee. Mayor-elect Young really believes in a broader vision of community safety that includes victim services and violence prevention in addition to our police force and law enforcement responses. So just really excited to see what we're going to come up with. And as Mayor said, it's really great that there's a couple of us from the county that are on there to really continue to build strong relationships between city and county.
All right, Sandy, thank you very much. Mayor, good to see you as well.
Thanks.
Appreciate you both being here.
Thanks.
All right, time now to switch gears.